Augusta's chairman, Fred Ridley, made waves with the announcement that eligible live golfers could tee off at the Augusta National Golf Club in Georgia. Initially perceived as great news, the players on the Rebel circuit are now angered by the Masters, as it seems to offer little in the short term. The Rebels are gradually realizing that despite the green light, this door doesn't guarantee their qualification. The question arises, where do they go from here? And what's the likelihood that these players, set to participate in this year's edition, will feature in subsequent ones? This brings us to the battle for slots in other major tournaments. The Masters' declaration that it wouldn't sideline any player based on their allegiance was undoubtedly a win for the LIV Golf Series. Even players from Greg Norman's controversial series could compete for a place in history at the Masters this April. While this is fantastic news for golf fans eager to see top players like Dustin Johnson and the Open champion Cam Smith at Augusta, it's not cause for a full-blown celebration. The widely opened door doesn't guarantee qualification. In fact, it hardly guarantees anything. To secure entry into major tournaments, live golfers must meet strict qualification criteria, including performing well at previous tournaments or being in the top 50 according to world rankings. The OWGR approval is crucial, and players in the Breakaway League risk missing out on major qualification due to its absence. Many have slid down the rankings, no longer recognized among the top 50 golfers globally, making the situation increasingly precarious. Some players on the traditional tour, like Justin Thomas, express little sympathy for the Rebels. Thomas places the blame squarely on the players, stating that they were aware of the high possibility of lacking world ranking points when they made the decision to join the Breakaway League. He acknowledges being disappointed in those who switched allegiances, but holds no grudges against them. Thomas asserts that players can make their own choices, but they shouldn't complain about sliding down in the rankings or facing exclusion from major events. As for live stars on the edge, many haven't won major events recently, requiring them to secure a spot in the top 50 for qualification. Abraham Answer, at number 30, is safe for the Masters, with automatic qualification for the PGA Championship. Joaquin Neyman, at number 22, is also secure for the Masters. But lacking major wins, his position for the rest of the major tournaments remains intriguing. While the PGA Championship typically considers the top 100 players, the US Open looks at the top 60 golfers globally. Therefore, the key for a player is to perform well in non-live competitions and avoid falling too far behind. Players like Kevin Na, Luis Oosthuizen, and Jason Kokrak are on the edge and must compete in other events to secure spots in major tournaments. On a different note, Harold Varner III has an invitation to the Masters this year, but nothing else is guaranteed. In contrast to these uncertainties, golf legend Jack Nicklaus has a distinct perspective. When discussing the Saudi Breakaway Series, Nicklaus emphasized that the only guaranteed entity in the golf world is the existence of the PGA Tour. He acknowledged that many defectors, particularly non-Americans, lacked the privileges of the organized setup in the United States, such as junior programs, high school programs, college programs, secondary tours, and major tours. Now, turning attention to live golfers secure in major events, top players like Bryson DeChambeau, despite falling out of the top 100, remain safe due to their past victories. Patrick Reed, although dropping in rankings, has British Open exemption for at least one more year thanks to his 2018 Masters win. Cameron Smith, joining Live Golf later, has maintained a strong position and has a lifetime invitation to St. Andrews after winning the British Open last year. Dustin Johnson, despite his drop in rankings, is set for major tournaments until 2025, with his 2021 Augusta National win, and his 2016 US Open victory extends invitations through 2026. Players like Sergio Garcia, Charles Schwartzel, Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, and Patrick Reed, with multiple wins, have lifetime invitations to majors. Others like Martin Kamer and Brooks Koepka are set for both the PGA Championships and the US Open.